Hey, good morning, everyone. Happy Saturday. It's Timmy here again with Couture. Great to have you join me here this beautiful Saturday morning. There's snow on the ground outside my window, which I hope by this afternoon will be all gone. If this is your first time watching, welcome. It's great to have you here. Today we're going to be working with one of our newer transfers called Live Life with Zest. And I'm really excited because recently I picked up a 2-tier tray and I had filled it with some kind of Easter goodies. And now that the weekend is here and it's time for me to kind of reorganize my decor a little bit, I am going to switch out some of the decor that I have in that tray and add in some cute elements from this cute new transfer. So this is the transfer. This is what it looks like. This is what we'll be working with today. And as you see, it's got multiple pieces, got different kinds of fruits here, everything from figs to oranges to lemons to limes to kiwis, even pomegranates, super cute. I love this saying right here at the bottom, which is take the wedge off, because right now, you know what? We all need to just take a little bit of the edge off of things, don't we? So this is the one I'm probably going to focus most on using today. Got a couple of different surfaces that we're going to be playing with on this one that I hope you'll like. And I'm going to change our preview here so you can see me and our project. First of all, I have our wood pallet board. Now, this is normally a white pallet board. You can see on the back side I didn't paint it, but I did paint the other side black. And I am going to use that as our very first surface here, and I'm going to use the words take the wedge off, and we're going to use some pretty ribbon, and we're going to add in a little embellishment with one of our little chockable chips to add a lemon, or maybe an orange, because I kind of like oranges too. I'm a big old-fashioned girl, love a good old-fashioned, and of course you need oranges for a good old-fashioned. And then I also had a couple of small canvases. This little canvas, actually, you can see, I bought these in a set last spring, and they actually came with this cute little easel. And this might be kind of fun to add one of these little embellishments on, so we're going to take a look at that. That will be cute to add to the tray, I think. And then I have a little bit bigger size canvas. Again, all of these I actually painted with some watered down chalk paste. So this is our black velvet chalk paste that I just added a little bit of water to and used a foam brush to paint on. It dries really fast. It's stuff that I have on hand, so that's really awesome. And I can pretty much choose any color I want. So I liked this black theme, and I think I'm going to go with kind of a black, yellow, and a white theme with our project. And instead, of course, we've got this great ribbon. I've got it in 2 styles, so I'll have to decide which one we want to use. The other thing I have is this little, which I think is really a napkin, but it's a really good oversized napkin, and I'm going to actually use it as a little hand towel. And I am going to kind of give it a little rustic flair and add this element here at the bottom to kind of give it that kind of country look. And then we're going to add in some embellishments from this transfer using our inks. So we've got a bunch of projects here to do. So I'm excited to get started. I'm going to put that off to the side for a minute. Let's get our transfer open and cut out and decide what pieces we're going to use. Now, these are a couple of different layers, so you can actually layer them on to get even more detail. Generally speaking, when you have layers, the ones that have the bigger screen area is the one that goes down first, and then the second one would go on top once the first one is dry, and that's what gives you that detail. So we can see we have a couple of different options for having some nice designs here. So first thing we're going to do, of course, is open this guy up. Guess it's a little early for you all here this morning. I don't see anybody on live, but if you're watching on replay, be sure to check in, say hi. Always, of course, feel free to sprinkle the chalk love and share this amongst your friends who you think might be interested. And I need my scissors, which I just hid here. So we're going to cut this all the way up. We're going to might as well just cut all the pieces here and just choose the ones that we're going to use. So I'm definitely using this take the wedge off. Today more than ever, it's always a good reminder to do that, right? Take the wedge off. What are you guys up to this weekend? Are you finding ways to keep yourself occupied? Hey, Lorenzo. How are you finding ways to be able to get together with friends virtually or remotely? I know I've had a few opportunities to do some virtual happy hours over Zoom with some friends, which has been kind of fun. I also, every Saturday night now, a group from Couture that I met on my cruise, we get together and play a card game, believe it or not, online overnight, and that's super fun. We get to play with people from all across the country. It's a little late, so usually that means I've got to figure out how to fit in a nap, because staying up till 1 in the morning is generally not my speed of things. This is the fig. It's so cute. And Lorenzo, you'd like the fig. Fig is definitely an Italian thing. And I think we're definitely going to use this lemon, and I think we're definitely going to use that little leaf, so we'll keep that nearby. I might want this little wedge. It's kind of cute, so let's put that over here as well, just in case we decide we want it. And we know we're using this one. We already decided that, right? Now, if we want some more detail, this would be good, so we'll take that there too. And I'll take the detail on the slice here. I don't know if I'm going to make this a lemon or an orange yet, so I guess we'll have to figure that out. And then a little bit bigger leaf. I think those are the pieces that we're going to use today. I can put the pieces we're not using aside, and we'll use them another day. No worries. To start, let's get this, what I say is a towel, but it's really a napkin, started. And I am going to kind of just create this look, this kind of rustic look that you see a lot on tea towels here on the bottom. I do want to grab, if I can find it. Oh, it's right here, it's just upside down. I do want to grab my ink mat so that it doesn't bleed through on the other side. And I am going to undo this towel here so that I know what area I'm going to work on. And you know what? It'd be a good idea, I think, is to grab, I got too much stuff on my desk here, can you tell? And I need to push this up so we can see it a little bit better. We're off camera too. There we go. Let's not push it all off the edge. So here we go. We're going to put this here. Now, I'm planning to really not go all the way across with this. So I'm going to grab a little bit of tape, and that will make sure that I don't go beyond the area that I intended. Now, I think I'm going to use a black line here because I'm planning to use black on my words. Take the wedge off, and then we'll add in a cute little lemon. So we're gonna, that's gonna be black, and this is gonna be black. So you know what? Let's get both of them out. Why not, right? Be ready. Now, since we're using this right on fabric, I don't need to fuzz this. And I'm gonna put it a little off center this way, I think, because I'm gonna put the lemon here, is my plan. And then we're going to actually be able to wash this right off and reuse this with our chalk paste. So that'll be easy and fun. All right, so we've got our black ink. So this is Couture ink, which when you heat set it, it becomes permanent. So that means that we'll be able to wash this tea towel and not worry about getting it dirty when we use it to make our old fashions, right? It is probably going to be primarily decor, but you know what? I definitely find if there's sometimes a towel nearby and I'm in the kitchen and I need to grab it, I probably will end up using it, believe it or not. So it's always good to be safe and make sure that you heat set it. Now you can just heat set it with an iron. Just use a piece of parchment paper over the design once it's dry, or at least tacky to the touch. Usually an hour or so is fine to wait. And then you just run your iron across the design area for 4 minutes with that parchment paper barrier. And parchment paper, by the way, definitely not wax. Don't want to use wax paper because your wax will melt to your fabric. You don't want that. And then you'll just reverse it and do the other side. And that way you'll know it's permanent, and then it can definitely go in the wash if you need to. And that's really great because these inks can be used on lots of things, lots of fabric. Anything from tea towels like this to an apron to t-shirts, even hats. So certainly lots of fun. And that's all we need of this. So I'm going to put that off to the side, and then we're going to peel back, make sure I don't have any ink on my hands. That's always my downfall. And look at that. Cute, huh? So easy. Hey, Faith, welcome, and thank you for sharing. I appreciate that very much. And there you go. You can see that kind of rustic little edge that we're going to have there. Now, if I wanted to go all the way across, I could. But I'm planning to kind of fold this, as I said, kind of a decorative tea towel. So I am not going to sweat it too much. Now I need to find all my little lemon pieces here and decide where we're going to put our lemon. And if we're going to use a full lemon slice or a wedge. What do you think? I think I'm going to go with the lemon slice like that. And I've got some yellow ink next to me. And I've also got some green ink for adding in maybe 1 or 2 of these cute little leaves. Hey, Margaret, welcome. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Hope all is well with you. Margaret, I don't know where you're from. Do I? Do I know where you're from? I hope you don't have snow at your house like I have at mine. I don't like this snow in April, I have to tell you. I think we talked about that last night when I was live. I know, I just have to suck it up. I know. Thank you for sprinkling. Love it. I love it when you guys sprinkle. Thanks so much. Sunday nights, I do a drawing and give away some happy mail to those of you that have been so kind as to sprinkle and share my videos. So thanks so much for that. Keep an eye out and you'll hear whether or not you're a winner. Margaret was one of our recent winners. So I love that those of you that watch get a chance to win some goodies. And here we go. I'm going to use our yellow ink and we're going to do the same process. Super easy. And then while I'm waiting for my next piece, I've just put these transfers in a water bath that I have here next to me. And we're going to wash them up quick. I'll show you how to do that. And then we will be able to use them on these other surfaces that we have as well. So there's that cute little lemon. Now the other one might have been more fun, but that's all right. We'll test out the other one when we do it on the other area. How's that sound? All right, so do we want a big one or a little one? Northern Indiana, and you had snow yesterday, 3 inches. Okay, so you guys had probably a little more than us. In Connecticut here, they were talking about it getting a little bit more than what we ended up getting. Thankfully here, I have to say, we probably only got about an inch. So, wasn't bad at all. Now I'm just going to give this a quick blast here with my heat gun. And that's only because I want to lay down my next element and I don't want to wait. There we go. So it's still a little tacky, but it's good to go. Enough for me to lay this down without me worrying too much about it picking up my yellow. If I was really worried, I could do this, which is just kind of hold it so that it's not touching that yellow, but I'm not overly concerned. And I need to grab another of my small squeegees here. You could certainly be cleaning them in between. Sometimes I'm just not that quick, especially when I'm going live here. And this is our meadow green. We've got a lot of different green options, but I love this bright green. I think it's going to look pretty here. And there we go. Where would the lemon wedge go? Steve's saying he thinks he knows where the lemon wedge would go. We were talking about our love of old fashions a few minutes ago, Mr. Steve. So if you were listening, you might have heard me talk about that. Yeah, we could definitely put a little wedge. Or, you know what, I think we're going to add this little guy too, because I think he's really cute. And same thing, let's just give this a quick blast. Again, just so that I don't have to smudge that. And mostly it's just because I'm impatient. Seltzer. Seltzer? Lorenzo's talking about seltzer. What are you talking about, Lorenzo? There we go. I like the old-fashioned better than seltzer. Though I have to say, we're getting low on our special cherries that we put in our old fashions. Here in Connecticut, liquor is still an essential item, so all our liquor stores are still open. Why am I correct? I have no idea what Mr. Steve is talking about to me here. He's downstairs. So isn't that cute? So there we go. Our towel is done. We just need to heat set it so it will be permanent, but we're not going to worry about that right now. We're just going to go ahead and put this off to the side and work on our next couple of pieces that are going with this cute element. But here you go. Look at that. Isn't that cute? Loving it. I love it. Okay, we don't need this ink mat anymore either, so we're going to move that off to the side. And hopefully Zoe won't come and lay on it. She's over here next to my work table, laying on the towel I put down to do some ironing, which is on the floor. All right, so we've got a couple of these little guys we know we're going to use, but we want to reuse some of these same elements. So I'm going to just lay out my fuzzing cloth here as a drying cloth. And I've got my little board eraser, and there's just water in this here. And I just use the board eraser to clean up the ink on the front of the transfer. So these are silkscreen transfers, so if this is you're watching for the first time and you're wondering, these are reusable. You can use them up to 8 to 10 times, probably more if you take good care of them. On some of them I use quite a bit. They have an adhesive back, so they'll stick where you want them to go. So whether you're working horizontally or vertically, matter of fact, I've even chalked on walls before, so it's kind of cool that they stay up. So Lorenzo was suggesting to Steve that the wedge of lemon was going to go in seltzer, and Steve definitely had to correct him on that and tell him, nope, the wedge is definitely going into our old fashions. Lorenzo is a old friend My husband and he went to high school together. And I love that he's here watching and hanging out with us. It has been a very busy end of the week here for me because not only am I getting to go live and sharing how these great products work and giving you an opportunity to learn how to use them should you want to try and get creative with them yourself. But I also opened up a online shop where you can purchase some of the things that I make. I have been with Couture making things now for a little over 2 years, and I have really not sold any of the items that I make until now. And my sister's been telling me for quite a while that I should delve into that arena. And I don't know, I guess I was a little nervous. Maybe that people wouldn't like what I was making or wouldn't want to buy them. Anyway, I stepped out of my comfort zone a little bit today or this week and opened up a shop. So it is separate from this page. If you're interested in taking a peek, you can just type in store if you want, and I can send you the link. It is a Facebook page, so you can check out all the things that I have for sale there. Now, of course, if you're a maker like me and you'd prefer to make your own items, I would definitely love to have you shop in my Couture site and order items. And you can do that. They'll get shipped directly to your door, and you can reuse these transfers over and over again and put them on any surface that you have. So Steve's so good. He's so nice to me. He's been a really huge advocate of me and my business, and I appreciate it so much. You know, it definitely is nerve-wracking when you put yourself out there. I know all of you that are creative worry that, you know, people may or may not like what it is you create. That gets you putting yourself out there. So I know that you probably all can feel me around that. All right, so these are drying. Now we can hurry the drying process along so that we can use these right away. All we need is a paper towel. If you don't have a paper towel handy, you can also just use a regular towel, but all I'm doing is swiping the excess water off of these. And that's all I need to do, and then they'll be ready to reuse again. So I'm just going to do that quickly with this little piece of towel that I have right here. And there we go. We're good to go. All right, so my plan is to use this cute little guy over here on this board. Now, if you want to distress this board a little, you totally could. Susan and Margaret, I'd be happy to send you the page. Once I finish here, I will be happy to do that. I'll actually put the link right in the comments for you so you can grab it, or anyone can who would like it. If you want to shop on my site, I will shop specifically for this transfer to. I will put the product information in this live once we're done as well, so you can grab it there too. All right, now this is dry and it is ready to go. We're going to use white for the words. And we've got some yellow, which is our Bumblebee yellow, for our lemon. We've got our ribbon, and we've got our leaves. So we are definitely ready to go to play with these. And I think these are really going to look super cute on our little 3-tiered stand. Actually, it's a 2-tiered stand, not a 3-tiered stand. Good morning, Kathy. Nice to have you here again this morning. Are you creating today? I know you told me you took a break yesterday. You know, it's funny. I feel like I go in spurts, right? I get like inspired and come up with an idea, and I can't wait to show it to you. And this was one of those. I was really interested to see how we could put together this tray and utilizing these. Steve is over here visiting, saying hi, but you can't see him because he'd have to come and literally stand behind me for you to see him, but he's here. Say hi to Steve. Hi, Steve.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, yeah, you can hear him. You probably just can't see him. Yeah, come on over and say hi. Scoots, there he is.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for
Oh, Kathy says hi.
Hello, Lorenzo. Hello, my cousin Brian. I saw also jumped on.
Oh, look at you guys. Lots of family and friends joining us today.
What are you making? Oh,
Careful, don't step on the transfer there at the floor. Yep, so we're using this same transfer that we just used on our towel, and we're putting it on this wood pallet board that I painted. So this is a pallet board that you can get on my chalk site. It's white. It comes white, but you can certainly paint it or distress it or do whatever it is that you would like to do with it. This was actually one, believe it or not, that I had used previously. We call these our one-time use boards. Margaret says hello, Steve.
Hi, Margaret.
We call these our one-time use boards because technically they're really only made to be used once because it's a wood surface. It's not like our chalkboards when you put the chalk on your chalkboard, you can erase it when you want to change up your design. But you know me, I'm always looking for ways to be able to reuse stuff. So I today pulled out our paste scraper and just scraped off the paste off of this wood board and used my board eraser to clean up any residue. And it was pretty ready to go, but I then painted it black. So it was super ready to go after that. Now, I am actually going to grab one of our little chalk circles to put our lemon on. And this time I am going to do the layering because you know what? Why not, right? So I got to think about which way this is going to go. So the bottom one is first. So the bottom one is going to be the rind. But they're all yellow. So do I need 2 tones of yellow?
Need another paste?
I might need another paste. There's definitely maybe a lighter yellow. What do you guys think? Kathy, you're cutting the dog's hair. Oh, I wish I was brave enough to cut my dog's hair. We actually have to give our dog a bath because she is super stinky. And it is definitely past time. So here we go. We're putting this on our little paste single. No, that's ink, honey. So you want to go in here. Steve's helping me find a lighter color of yellow. We've got, they're on either side. As you know, I keep all of my pastes here in my little color tote, which if you're like me and you find you have a lot of paste, you can grab one of these totes as well online. All right. So I'm looking for daffodil. Oh, Steve found daffodil. What do you think? All right, so here's the lighter yellow. Should we do the lighter yellow on the outside? I think we should, right? And make our bright yellow. Inside? Gee, it's hard to know. Hard to decide. Sometimes you just don't know until you do it. All right, I think I'm going with the dark yellow first. And then we'll decide what we want to do. Because you know what? Sometimes you just don't know until you do it.
You could always take it off and start over.
I could, as Steve reminded me, he's very smart. See, since we're using this on one of our chalk singles, this is a chalkboard, so if I don't like it, I can erase it and do it a different way, right? Now, I do have this great little tool. If you're a scrapbooker, maybe you know about it. It's called a crop-a-dial. It's a very funny term. But it actually allows me to punch holes in these little chalk circles so we can use it as a hanging embellishment on this board. So that's my plan. The daffodil is pretty, isn't it? It is, but it's definitely lighter, and I kind of like the vibrancy. Oh, look at that. You know what? I think we're leaving it as is. With the white chalk circle, I don't think we need anything else. Steve says he doesn't think so either. So I think we're just going to stick with that. If we grab our ribbon, yeah, I think the smaller, well, either one is good. Which one do you like better? Do you like the bigger check or do you like the smaller check? While you're thinking, let me show you this crazy crocodile. This is it. This is a big one. I think it's really meant for gosh, what are they called? Those little, see, you know, I don't, forgot what they're called. If somebody has used this for what it's really for, remind me what it's called. All right, we better give that a minute and not crocodile it and put a hole in it before that's dry. I got way too much stuff here in front of me now. All right, so we've got this little guy. Now we've still got these two little surfaces we got to figure out what we want to do with. We could just use that. That's kind of cute just by itself. Maybe we'll do that. All right, Margaret says smaller check. I always love when you guys tell me what you think because it helps me figure out what I should be doing. So here we go. Cute little wedge. And we like this yellow. I think we're going with this too. Oh, sorry, I'm not even on camera, guys. Boop, there we go. That's better.
You just wing this, don't you?
I totally wing it.
You kill me.
Sometimes it's better to wing it because you know what? If you get too stuck, then you might never actually do anything. That's me anyway. So I was dreaming about this little tray though last night. I'm going to make some little yellow felt balls and string those, maybe red, yellow and white, and string those on there. I think that will be kind of cute. Look at that. I love lemons. I need to buy some lemons. I don't have any lemons, but I'm sure I can find some around, or you know, we just make our own. And then you know what? Maybe we'll even add a cute little, I don't know, a leaf maybe on a wedge doesn't make sense, does it? I know. I have my little lemon tree. Thank you, Margaret. Yes, it's for brads. Exactly. You are totally right. I knew somebody would know that word. You know what? Some days. Okay, so this one is like the one we just used on the towel. So let's try this one. Why not? And these are just, as I said, they were little white canvases. And all I did was paint them with a little bit of watered down black chalk paste to make them black. So you can make these any color you want, really. Kind of a fun way to spruce up just a little piece of canvas that you might have.
And you've used that transfer how many times?
I just opened this transfer.
Okay, and that's good for how long? 8 to 10?
Yeah, about 8 to 10 times. Mr. Steve's given us a little lesson over here on chalk. He's really good when I do my vendor events, which we haven't had much opportunity to do, you know, of course, lately. He comes and he helps do demos. He's like the most famous guy. I know the yellow against the black, I just thought was really popped. I just thought it was really pretty. So I do love it. Anna, nice to have you here. You feeling better, love? I hope you are. So both of these are probably pretty well set. It's probably safe to go ahead and use this crocodile here. And it's also probably safe to put on our ribbon. So that will wrap up this project here. And right about there, I think I can do that. So see, makes a perfect little hole. Love that. What I really need is some lemon ribbon. I don't have any lemon ribbon. I just went through and organized all my ribbon, and I kind of had some fun seeing what colors I have and what colors I still need, right? So we have this. Now it's time to put this cutie all together. All right, so I think Margaret said smaller check, so that's what we're going to go with here. And so I'm just going to tie this around and just do kind of a simple little bow, I think, is my plan. Nothing crazy fancy here. I may, you know, end up making a little change on it after we finish because, you know, I have a tendency to do that sometimes. But for now, I think it'll be fine. Question is, did I leave myself enough ribbon to make a pretty bow? I guess we'll find out, huh? Yeah, not too bad. You can always dovetail your ends to kind of give your ribbon a little bow, a little more pizzazz, or you can leave them straight, whatever your preference. And all I did was tie a simple bow, just like tying your shoe. Nothing fancy here this time. Because we're going to hang this cute little embellishment off. Yeah, that's kind of cute. What do you think? It doesn't really need too much more than that. It's already kind of cute just by itself. So if you want to dovetail, all you do is fold your ribbon in half and then take your scissors and cut on a diagonal. With any luck, you don't cut off your fingers. There we go. So now we've got this cute little dovetail. I don't know if you can see that, but oops, there we go. See a little dovetail there. I love that. I learned this from somebody because before this, bows were definitely not my friend. Definitely learned some bow making techniques over the last few weeks. So that's cute, right? Now we can add in a little greenery, a little embellishment, and of course we want to hang our cute little guy. I've got some my big ball of twine here. And we'll use that to put through that hole with the crocodile. Polka dot would be pretty. I think I've used all my polka dot ribbon. I'm very sad about that. So it means that craft stores or online shops are going to have to become my friend. I like to feel my ribbon though. And I don't like to buy it online because I really want to test it and make sure I really like it. Kind of picky. But we'll see. I might just have to deal. I did have some black and white polka dots that I really loved. Used them a lot. Cut off these extra pieces. We don't need those. Bloop. And here we go. So my live a little longer than normal, but you know I'm dilly-dallying. And Steve came to visit, so you know how that is, right? No, he doesn't have to leave. I'm just being silly. It's great to have him here, don't you think?
Creation.
So we've got this little easel. We've got our little sign. We've got this guy. And of course, we have our towel too. So we've got some nice pieces here that we can start to use to play with and put on our little tiered tray. So stay tuned. I will post a picture once I get all of these pieces back together and you can see it all and how it all comes together. Until next time and we do another project, have a wonderful day and thanks so much for joining. Thanks to Steve and Lorenzo and Brian and all those fun folks from our family that have popped in. And if we can, whoops, I want to put this one. Let's change this one. Here we go. I can see me now. So if you want to grab any of these transfers or any of these colors that I used or any of the surfaces, just let me know. I will put in the links to the video a little bit later. Margaret, glad you liked it. Sandra, nice to see you. You guys are so cute. I love lemons and I love this cheery yellow color. Hope you guys did too. And I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.